Well, hello and welcome to everybody around the world, live here from Potters Resort for the Just 2020 World Indoor Bowls Championship. And your match coming up right now, it's the ladies match play final. Julie Forrest from Scotland against Janice Gower from England. It's going to be a cracker. And coming up later, Darren Burnett against Mark Dawes, Jason Greenslade against Greg Harlow this evening. And your match officials for this match, ladies and gentlemen, your marker is Mike Davis, your umpire is Alan Thornhill, and the shot clock operator is Francis Fletcher. So, like I said, Julie Forrest from Scotland, defending champion. She's the PBA ranked #1 lady from European rankings, against Janice Gower, been here 3 times in the semi-finals before. She's the PBA ranked lady #3, also the European rankings, and I think it's going to be a humdinger of a match. So Janice got here from her match last night. Few wide shots, few woolly shots, but boy, when it came to the crunch shots, she did play them. Nicole Rogers, first time here on the rink, played very, very well. And I think Nicole will be a rising star for the future in all of the bowls. But she was just pipped to the post by Janice. You know, 2 great sets to a great audience, and it was absolutely superb. So, you know, I think you've got something really good to look forward to coming back. Julie Forrest, well, she's won nearly every game there is to win in Scotland. 6 times the national champion. She's a Scottish record holder for titles. Janice Gower won the national pairs. She's won the national singles. And in fact, just after this championship, she's away down. She's in the last 16 of the Champion of Champions. You know, 2 really good top people to play with. So I really hope you enjoy it. So we have probably a maximum audience in there today for these 2 ladies. 2 sets, they're 11 end sets, tie break if needed. 6 timeouts in this match. And I'm going to hand you over now to Jack Jenkins, who is going to be the MC for today.
Out playing for this championship title, has won 2 national pairs, 1 national singles title. She qualified as the #3 ranked lady on the European PBA. Please welcome out Janice Gower.
This is the greatest show.
Her opponent this afternoon, trying to keep hold of her world title, is from Scotland. She has numerous national and British Isles titles to her name. Please welcome out the current Ladies World Match Play Champion, Julie Forrest.
This is our 3rd trophy match of the week. It should be fascinating to see who holds their nerves best. Don't forget to send in your tweets and questions to the commentary team. Use the hashtag AskCorky. Over now, though, to Sean Honor and David Corkill.
Thank you, Rishi. Julie Forrest has not only won this title, but in other things, she just is a prolific winner of indoor titles. 8 times national champion. A lot of people can win national titles, 1, maybe 2. There's a lot of people do that. It's not desperately impressive. It's
27.5 metres.
But to win 8 national singles titles is remarkable, and it really takes you away from other players in your country. So won the British Isles multiple times. And in a different competition, but it is the World Indoor Singles as opposed to the match play World Singles. She's won it also a couple of times, and players from all over the world playing it. Different competition.
It's such a strong CV, and I think that just shows her pedigree at singles. She's a good singles player. You don't win national singles 8 times. That's no fluke, is it?
Well, you don't do it in Scotland or England. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's they're very, very strong nations, and in Scotland, well, it's arguably the most successful sport when it comes to world champions, etc. But it's a very, very good CV, and when you look at it time and time again, it never ceases to amaze me. When I first saw this lady nearly 20 years ago, so the smoke is just clearing from the effects.
1 red.
Air conditioning will suck that out pretty quickly.
Two red.
Julie's short ball in the second. How far short is it?
That's 14 inches short of Jack High.
Forrest. 2 to the good at the moment, but it's still not safe. A little turn of the jack would be a lot better. You'll see the little forearm strap. Certainly not causing her any problems at the moment. That arm. She's not sure about this one. I think the line's good. It's all about whether she makes the pace or not. She doesn't want to leave at Jack High.
3 red.
Oh, that's good. It's a little bit of a rest, but I think it's better than what she thought. Weight was good. Dropped the line.
She could have afforded to play with a
3 shots, Julie Forrest.
She had a bowl behind, so she just needed to rest into the shot bowl. She could have gone a bit more positive at that.
Absolutely, you know, there's no
3-0
dropping
after 1
short
end.
with 3 against you, but in that particular case, it wasn't a matter of drawing to dead weight. It was more a matter of reaching through what we call an arriving draw in the sport, which means you're getting up to the jack minimum with probably 1 or 2 feet after that. Still, Julie Forrest off with the treble.
Jack length 28.5 metres.
You can just see how wide the bolts are going, and then they drop back again on the bias. Usually about 3/4, 2/3 of the travel comes out of the hand, and then the ball starts to bend back. Different strengths to the biases on the balls. It's all personal choice. You have a variety of options on size and weight. from different manufacturers. And of course in this event, as in some others, but not many, you have a number of pool bowls available. 30 or 40 different sets from different manufacturers that you can test out and check. Become comfortable with them.
This is good stuff. Really good opening two bowls from Julie.
2.5 feet. Two red.
There's only one thing Julie doesn't want to do, and that is to touch the jack. It's well hidden in round the back as well. That's no harm round there. Deep position. It still leaves the draw though.
Great effort here, just looking to use the ledge of Julie's bowl. Quite making the trip, but a good second.
Yes, that's the danger of leaving it open. It's
One red.
always difficult if you leave it open and you think to yourself, well, you know, if I get one in there, there's not much I can do about it. And that's exactly what's happened. Julie has to be careful here. Any touch on her front bowl will give the shot to green. So this needs to be a little bit on the wide side. Shot clock in operation, of course. 30 seconds to play their bowl. Timeouts available. It gives them an extra 60 seconds. Goodness me, she's trying hard.
Very good bowl.
So it needed to drop. That's left a bit more of a target. That really should be the two balls being removed
both
here.
Last
bowls
bowl
going nicely.
is 3 inches short of jack high.
Yep, there should be a running ball. Two balls disappear, one to green.
She's not come up to have a look. I don't understand why she's played the forehand.
Well, there's a shot red ball on the green, which will give it to her, but not far away from it. Jack also available, but touch it on that side. Could be two down. Julie's last ball came into the frame now. Still one to red.
I think I would have played that down the backhand corky for the two bowls.
Yep.
Just staying close to her own front green bowl, but
Yeah, all day long. I would have played the backhand to remove the two.
they're obviously watching from the back of the rink on the monitor, but it's not quite the same as coming down to the head and actually
One shot,
having a
Julie
look at the
Forrest.
angles.
It's worth a look, that one, definitely. I think just it was a more percentage shot. On
Set
the
score
backhand,
4-0
that's
after
all.
2 ends.
But, it's also player choice, you know, two options. If it had been successful, it didn't matter. As usual, big crowd in for the ladies' final. And we always get an opportunity to talk about different clubs. Fairford Bowling Club from Gloucestershire.
Jack length 27.5 metres.
better opening from Janice. Good goal.
Yes,
Sitting
needs to,
behind the jack as well.
definitely needs to play a few of those. But still, 4-0, 2 ends. It's steady enough. There's a long way to go in 11 end set in the final. Well, that's just over a foot away. I think it got a slight murmur from the crowd, but no more than that. So standards have been set very high by the audience.
Yep, they're expecting a feast of bowls, aren't they?
Yes.
Not prepared to clap for anything that's outside of a foot.
1 green.
When you've got one on the jack, that's a useful ball at the back, but again, not acknowledged.
Your last ball?
Just missing the
2.5
line. The
feet.
weight was good twice there, and just missed the line by half a bowl. Plenty of room to get another one. Needs to get back very quickly. Yep, just over it. Line was good, but just too much weight. So that first ball sat there the whole time. Really needs to make this a double. It's a spare shot opportunity. When I say about a spare shot, it's about the chance to draw another one where you've got a foot all around the jack. So effectively 2 feet for another shot, and there's no reply from your opponent.
Oh, she's coming well.
Well, it points back on the jack, so I think it's still 1.
1 shot, Janice Gower.
That was the shot that Julie Forrest was trying to play, because she could have made a double out of it.
Set score 4-1 after 3 ends.
When you hit the jack in the portable rink, it has a tendency to roll very quickly and very far.
Jack length 26.5 metres.
Back to normal again.
At 3 feet.
well from Janice. Really good effort to draw around that front red.
One red.
Julie will be staying away from this. She needs to go to the other side, onto the forehand. She's lined the shot. Green ball's vulnerable, but the jack will move. So forehand split the 2 green balls would be the ideal position. Janice moving to the forehand, try and turn the jack. A little touch on the red ball will also give her the shot.
Really close.
Got it.
Oh.
Got the red ball, that's when I said got it, but the jack didn't move. I'm amazed at that. The power was just transferred through the red ball onto the green.
That was unlucky. She played it with perfect pace. Got it right, just didn't quite go how she envisaged it.
Yeah, I thought that jack had to move. Yep, that's useful. This is different. Still no real shot for Julie. It's not a spare shot opportunity because it's so dangerous. Touch the red ball on the inside at all, or touch the jack, he'll give it away. Put another one in the area, we're just wide of the jack. Yes, played it well. Good ball there, right in front.
She was very close to drawing another. Good effort.
That's a protector. Might change the shot onto the backhand, but of course all her balls are up, so she didn't have any option. It was a very hard spare shot, though. Very tough to make that one. You know, it's only 6 inches away.
No, it's just one. One shot, Julie Forrest. Set score 5-1 after 4 ends.
Dog in the throat there from Mike Davies, but it's one shot to Julie Forrest.
Jack length 25.5 metres.
Really good again. It's so important to get a good first goal and just apply the pressure to your opponent. It sounds simple, but it's imperative, isn't it?
It's the key to success in many ways. You're building on that first ball, and you're always saying, well, if your opponent doesn't get close, you can add another. And suddenly they're chasing the end a bit. So again, this is important too. Needs to be close. That going short. Julie will be looking to add another shot. There's a little disturbance there. When that happens and there's a disturbance in the crowd, the officials are all over it because they stop the shot clock and then recommence it again when the player gets on the mat. They're very good about that. Very aware of what's going on around the arena.
And some players are more distracted than others. Some will stop at the slightest little movement, whereas others will sort of carry on regardless.
Just over 3 feet.
At international level, the amount of noise is going on, as you know, Janice, it's just incredible. There's people shouting all around the place. You've got so many players out there, 48 players, and there's always something happening. But because it's constant noise, it doesn't put you off.
Yeah, that's right. It's such a
Two red.
sort of silence here.
Just dropped away.
2 red.
Needs to run. Oh, there's a chance. It's not a
2
bad
red.
ball there.
I think it's second prize because it certainly takes out any runner for Janice down the backhand.
Well, she's moved on to the forehand. That's simply because there's a shoulder to come off on the forehand. The bowl, it's the shot bowl. If you miss that, you get the second one. But you can afford a little bit extra weight to come down on the 4. You have to be up for that, and it might just have sneaked in for second though. Could be worth a measure, this one. We think
Umpire,
it's green.
please.
Second prize.
In front. One red and a measure. One shot, Julie Forrest.
Yes, that ball dropping back. Just took one shot off Julie Forrest. Chance for a count though, because she missed with her, well, effectively with her third and fourth ball, but
Set score
we'll
6-1
want to
after
build
5
that up
ends.
a bit more. So even if you get off to a bad start, there's lots of time. There's 6 ends still to go in this final in the first set. 11 ends, remember, not 9. The 3-end tiebreak.
Jet length 28 metres.
sitting up, which means that any touch on that, it'll be the shot.
One red.
Same applies for that one as well.
The gap is 9 inches.
Julie's shot volume.
Julie's is 3 inches short of jack high.
Forehand, punch the own ball, punch the red one out. Lots of opportunities there.
Needs to run through the gap. Yeah, well played, Janice.
Played it well.
Very well.
Good chances there to come in on her own ball in the red one. Well, not plenty of room. It was a tight gap, but you know, natural draw into it. Probably about 10 inches between the bowls and Julie Forrest. Well, just to see, she's going to try and play something similar to get onto her own bowl. At 6-1, she doesn't need to attack the head and for it to go wrong. There's a danger of the front green one.
Yeah, she's on a much tighter line than Janice. Fortunately for her, she hasn't got the pace to turn another green in.
I can understand why she played it, but still a draw on the backhand as well.
Janice just lacking a touch of pace as well.
I'm not sure about this. Has to be careful. You know, you don't want to pop that green one down, make it a double, and then another green one to be added to make it a 3, not on a 6-1. So it'll probably force her a bit wide, and it just won't get back then. But the other side is still available, so I was saying the backhand draw.
Julie's just taking a time out to give herself a little bit more time. I
5
think it
timeouts
should
remaining.
just be a draw on the forehand still. Just looking to come inside her own bowl, even sit it down. I wouldn't be going mad at this.
No, you have to be just very careful about it. Careful about the weight. Oh, it's coming inside, touching the other red one. Hasn't made any difference. No change, just one green.
One shot, Janice Gower. Set score 6-2 after 6 ends.
Robert Paxton just on the left-hand side. Nicole Rogers as well. There's a big smile. She knows she's on. That's Tom Weir, assistant tournament director, just at the back, keeping an eye on things, making sure all goes well. Constant earpiece in to make sure that if there's any problems, he's the first or second to
That
know.
length 28.5 metres.
Needs to be up to the green one. Not quite.
It's very close. Probably just favour yours, perhaps. But it's very close.
Slight favour for green the way it sits.
Oh, Janice needs to add another one here. Put a bit of pressure on Julie.
Measure for soft.
Clapping her hands there. Frustrating, just over adjusted from the last bolt.
Well, this is quick. Well, it got 2 touches and it's gone into the head.
Good shot.
1 red and a measure.
Oh, it's a shot. Goodness me. Well, she was wide of the target there. That was very fortunate.
Better line from Janice. Don't think she's got the pace, David.
No, he's under it. Under for weight and under for line. That was one that really should have been reaching because, well, Julie Forrest's last ball was fortunate, but she was up. And you don't get that fortune if you're dropping short.
Well, Janice had the opportunity of her third bowl to close it down. She was probably holding one, just needed to get in there and add a closer one, really pile it on Julie.
Almost like you felt that she was trying to aim for that again. She wasn't. She was just trying to get the ball to drift down. I think it's going to be 1 to red. They'll probably measure the second one, but we favour that the green will win the second shot.
Please. One red and a measure.
Alan Thornhill on a little box measure. We love that piece of equipment, but it's a very clear and obvious green ball for second shot.
One shot, Julie Forrest.
It's an old piece of equipment in many ways. Been refined over the years, the box measure, but it's ultra reliable. Oh, it's a cord into it, there's a lock mechanism.
Because before that the measures were metal.
Yes.
And they've had a lot of room for error.
Well, let's say they could slip very easily.
Yeah, or a kink in the metal.
Absolutely, and we look at just how the jack lengths have been going. Bit of a mixture there with Janice Gower, 25 up to 28. And again, Julie Forrest, 25 up to 28.5 as well. So nothing consistent, but nothing very short, nothing around the 23, 24. And that's what players will look for. When they're in trouble, they need to make a dramatic change. So I'd expect the odd 24-metre jack length to be popped in at some stage.
If Janice gets hold of this jack, I'd expect her to be bringing the mat right up, or minimum length jack, just to shake it up a little bit.
Well, when you've got one
red.
close to the jack, it's all useful to get the next one at least up to it or slightly beyond. It's good. This backhand's been fairly reliable for both players, and so I expect they're both getting pretty close on it. Eighth end, 3 to go after this, so plenty of time.
Good roll here.
Yep. They're saying they're both getting close in that backhand. They're both playing it very well. And that's dropped down for the double.
2 green.
Julie, well, she's not frightened to have a go at things. Has to be a little bit careful she doesn't take her own 2 balls out. And this forehand is notoriously difficult to play weight shots.
She's very close. She's just going to go now.
Yep, that's why it's hard.
Just at the last.
That would have looked good for about 20 meters or so, and then it starts to bend, and in the end it misses it by a foot or so. It sort of draws you into playing it, sucks you into playing that shot, whereas the backhand might be the better shot.
Well, she can play that on any hand. It doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah.
Janice just looking to sit her own bowl down, take away that target.
So, Julie Forrest.
2 green.
That probably takes her away from the forehand now. I thought she might have come up and had a look at the angles here. She can't go too heavy at it because she definitely will remove her own 2 balls.
It's exactly the same shot on the backhand. She could even use Janice Gower's front bowl.
Oh, that's interesting weight.
Played it more aggressively. She's close if she misses the front.
Yep, that was the concern about it. She just clipped the front one. If she hadn't have clipped that, she had a perfect result.
2 green.
And then she came into the green and took her own 2. Had to miss this ball or pump it into the jack. Very close, but she's going to lose 2, maybe 3 here.
Yeah, a chance for Janice Gower here to get in and draw another.
Well, this end could change the whole set.
Timeout call.
A little bit surprised she played it with that much weight. I thought she could have played it with a bit less weight just to allow the ball to bend in. You know, this one's trying its best to get back. Yep. Good effort.
2 shots, Janice Gower. Janice has 5 timeouts remaining.
Set score 7-4 after 8 ends.
So the normal 5 timeouts have been increased to 6 because it's a final 11 ends. Both players, plenty of timeouts available. Almost no step out on that delivery at all. It's almost 2 feet together.
And I wondered last night, I thought when we were watching her game yesterday against Nicole Rogers that her delivery had changed, and in actual fact she's been working with David Gower to try and
length 28.5
adjust her delivery to make it a bit more efficient, but ideal for indoor.
Oh, absolutely. Outdoor, forget it. There's just not enough movement.
It's all push, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's absolutely no step forward now.
It's all arm movement. Well, David was playing with Janice Gower in the mixed pairs. That's probably the reason why. So take advantage whenever you can. This one will sweep away. There it goes. Good enough for the shot though.
You're about 2 feet.
Missed the line, everything. That one turned it back very quickly. But it's on the rink, it's always useful. Julie Forrest, daughter Alex will probably be watching this, and husband Derek might well be. Not sure if he will though, he's probably very busy. But they will record it, I'm sure.
2 red.
I suppose for Janice Gower, she really needs to get in here. I mean, she picked up 2 on the last end, trailing 3, but the 9th end in a set's really important.
Yes, it's Julie's immediate family up in Hawick on the borders in Scotland. Not the same problem for Janice Gower. Her partner is in an office just not that far away from us. The tournament director, Richard Madison, and CEO of Wally Bowls.
1 green.
Immediate support available.
And her mum's here as well.
Yes,
Mum's here.
absolutely.
She's an avid supporter.
Yep. Sits in the same seat. Julie very nearly got
1
to the
green.
green ball. Needed to drop it down once more. It's just sitting up on its edge, but it's 1 to green.
More pace this time. Needs to sit that ball. Yeah, she has. She's left the shoulder, but
Yes, but it's 2 shots.
2 shots, which is exactly what she needs.
Well, Julie Forrest might well think about playing into this green ball. If she's able to get to it, it's quite possible that she could remove this one. The respot position is over in the other side. And it's over
Julie
here.
has 4 timeouts
I'm
remaining.
sure she can get the jack over to that position. Possible off the green ball, of course. But either way, she has to hit into it.
No, it's just 1, 2, yeah, 3.
That's how many third shots she's got, and had 3 of those, so definitely worth reaching into this one. Try and take something away.
Yeah, she'll go quick. 1 green, gone as good as she can pick up the back one as well, then all the better.
Oh, wow. I think she's playing this very controlled way. This is the hard shot.
It's conservative. She could have gone much quicker.
This is very difficult.
Needs to bend hard. Good enough.
Oh, played that very well. Goodness me, what an option to take. If that's the shot, that's a superb ball. Yep.
Oh, Janice Gower kicking it out to confirm.
And it'll be a measure for the second. That was a very good ball, but I really didn't think she'd play that because that hand just doesn't lend itself to it.
No, and also, you know, Julie's not afraid to hit when she needs to, and
Yep.
I expected her to come down with weight and try and take at least one, if not both, of those green balls out.
Yeah, that's fine.
Absolutely. You know, we always go on the fact of what we know about the players and the way we have watched them before and their style of play. And the style of play is very much with Julie to attack that head, but she just drew it off. Moving around and looking
1
at
red
things,
and a
but
measure.
get the measure in there. In this case, it's going to be the calipers from Alan Thornhill. Very experienced marker umpire. But it's especially when bowls are like this, one sitting down, the other one standing up quite often. It's usually anything within about 7, 8, 9 inches. They'll use the calipers and then they move on to the box measure. But Alan Thornhill, very experienced at Commonwealth Games, international technical officer, and
One shot, Julie Forrest.
very good at what he does. One shot for Julie Forrest. 8-4.
Set score,
2 ends to
8-4
go
after
in this
9
set.
ends.
But it's had to play a couple of big bowls in the last few ends, and that was a tremendous bowl she played there.
Great ball. Absolutely brilliant. And a confident choice of shot as well to draw it, basically draw it in there.
Jack length 25.5 metres.
Taking advantage of Julie just dropping short of her first bowl, which is unusual in this set.
Yes, it is, and it's immediate pressure because Julie Forrest really wants to defend that 4 shots. Sometimes that can get into your head and then you put undue pressure on yourself. This is the correction ball.
Good reply.
Yep.
One green.
Good second. So they're playing this backhand so well in this direction.
Really good ball in that
They're going to be forced into the
Two
forehand.
green.
Julie Forrest needs to think about this. It might be better just to stick with the backhand and bounce that jack out a bit. Well, she's moving to the forehand, and quite often when they've moved to the forehand, it's slightly heavier.
She's going quick.
Oh, wow. That's a hard shot. Yeah, it's always under. Didn't look good out of the hand. Not sure about that, because if she gets the outside green ball, takes her own away, that's not good.
Janice needs to run for cover here.
2 shots gives her a really good chance to pick up another couple or 3 in the last end, but
She's got last bowl as well, so depending on what Julie does, but she needs to be covering with this bowl.
Julie, draw this. If you want to draw it for the shot, you have to draw it in the forehand, but don't play the weight shot because you'll just bounce your own bowl out. It holds off.
I think it looks so tempting. That's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah,
but she knows this rink. She knows the capabilities and what's hard and what's not.
Don't get drawn into it. It's just not worth it. You can still afford to lose 2 and carry a 2-shot lead into the last end. Even if Janice draws another one, she still has a 1-shot lead going in.
But the perfect bowl here would see Julie Forrest picking up a 2. Which would be even better for her. I think she's going to play weight, David.
Oh, don't do it. Don't play weight. Yeah, low percentage. Wrong shot, wrong time. I can almost guarantee you she'll talk to me about this particular end after the match, especially if it goes wrong.
Well, why don't you try and hold back your real feelings until she's explained what her view was?
It doesn't
for
matter.
Everyone's sake.
It doesn't matter. It's not going to happen. Fortunately, Julie and I are good friends, known each other a long time. Thank goodness for that. But no, that was a draw shot. Anyway, 2 it is.
Well, Janice has given herself a real chance
Two
now
shots,
going into
Janice
the last
Gower.
end of this first set. Two behind, but from
Set score
6-1
8-6
down
after
on
10
the fifth
ends.
end, she'll be happy that she's in touching distance.
Yep, she's brought back 3 of those shots, only scored on 4 of the ends out of 10, so 6 ends to Julie Forrest. But after the first end, it's been restricted to 1s. There's been opportunities, though, to add more, but
Yeah, there have been. I think that the main difference has been on the whole Julie's first 2 bowls. I think they've been very strong, and Janice has been a little bit on the back foot because of that.
Jack length 24.5 metres.
it's short, but it's over in the backhand side a little bit. Julie Forrest has to negotiate that and try and come around it. Always a chance of pushing it too far then. Yeah, that's what she's done. She's been good in the backhand in this direction, but
Just over 3 feet.
I think at some stage it's probably going to be essential she moves to the forehand. I thought she might have decided to go with the first one. Always aware of that green ball.
Yeah, it's not technically in the way, but you're right. It can just force you to push out a bit wider and add the pace as well.
Yeah. Just catches your eye a little bit, and if you hit that one, you're hitting it not only closer, but it's a wasted ball from your point of view. Forehand might be out of commission now anyway.
You're 2.5
Julie
feet.
Forrest just looking for a good ball on the backhand. Just push it out wide, let it come back on the bend. She's on the middle of the mat, so there's a little bit of flexibility to move across to the outside edge. Allow her to push the ball out a little bit further. This looks like a better line. How's her weight?
Janice is in trouble here. First 2 short bowls, not what she wanted at all. And now she needs to, well, she needs 2 to tie the set.
1 red.
Yeah. The jack actually was very odd there because she came into the jack with the red ball and fell back. That's brought it closer to the green balls. So this will be a running one to try and take the jack or the ball.
It's not far away.
Got the gap.
The jack.
Oh, wow. What a result. Oh, what a result. It's
Really
gone up the
see
green.
that come in. 2 front bowls now in commission again.
Oh dear. Didn't see that at all.
She just feathered the jack on the edge
Yeah.
off the back red bowl to spring forward to her 2 waiting bowls.
If it had missed the red ball, it was on the respot, and red would have been line 2. Now the pressure's transferred to Julie Forrest to get close after a really good touching ball. She looks heavy. Yep, she's going to have 2 or 3 against her in the next ball, and that really should have been the one to close it down.
Yeah, that just adds heaps of pressure on your last
Yeah.
bowl.
I think it's just the one.
I'm surprised that she actually played that on the forehand, because the backhand you're coming in all the way in towards the jack.
Well, her line was spot on. I mean, she was just heavy, but just a case for her of getting a good second bowl.
Yep, that's all. That was always needed.
Janice is swift as well.
Yes, but if she stops on the red, it's a double. Just and no more. Definitely 2, possibly 3. Julie Forrest will be
Wouldn't say they're
thinking.
not close enough there.
No.
I mean,
Too
you'd
green.
expect Julie to be drawing the shot here, David.
Well, if she loses from this position, that's a shocker because she's been in control of the set much of the time. And
Yeah, I mean, Janice Gower will be really disappointed that she didn't close that down and make life harder for Julie.
well, pressure's still there. We've seen it before. The outside ditch has been used and it's cost a set. Mark Royal's game. It was trying to get out wide. Well, this is all about weight. If she's heavy, she could possibly lose the set. Certainly not short. I can tell you that right now. That's good enough for a second shot. Goodness me, that was a scratchy one, wasn't it?
Wasn't comfortable, was it?
One green. That really shows us a right smile on Julie's face there, because she knows that that should have been a lot easier than what it was. She had been virtually in command of the set the whole time.
Yeah, she took an early lead, 3 on the first end, and maintained her lead the whole way through. Janice was never closer than 3 shots until the last end.
Oh, that's going in at a pace. Goodness me, that really rocketed in. You have 3 meters to play with there with the mat up, so a lot of space. Effectively, that was about 4 meters heavy. So Julie will play her own length of jack, but will also have the last bowl. Some think that's an advantage, some don't. Prefer to have the first bowl.
What do you prefer?
Certainly if it was a tie break, to be absolutely truthful with you, I would probably always go for the last bowl, because there's always a chance of getting a fluke or something. But you want to have that opportunity to affect the head, having the last bowl. And if you're playing well, it
Jack
really
length,
doesn't
29
matter
meters.
what the jack length is. Both players will have to just get the adrenaline under control. Julie in particular, because it's so often that after you've won the first set, just start to relax in the second. Can't afford to do that. Well, let's see what we've got there. Is there such a thing as an illegal throw? Well, that's a delivery. Julie Forrest doesn't have clatter the floor when she throws her balls. Yes, well, the terminology is not far wrong, to be honest, Jimmy. Well, first of all, there is an illegal delivery, but that's to do with the feet. The feet have to be on the mat. One mat on or above the foot at the point of the delivery. And there's usually, well, no problems with that. Bumping the ball makes no difference, as long as you're able to do it all the time. But what you'll see is that Julie bumps the ball all the time herself. Every single ball bounces, and that's consistency. And that's why it doesn't make any difference. There's the foot, and there it is on the mat when the ball leaves her hand. Doesn't have to be on, can be above. Just within the confines of the mat. Well, that happens so often, doesn't it? So a player plays a short ball, and the next one's short as well. I think, Sean, whenever you look at the portable rink, it's on boards. That's the point, and that makes it sound even worse.
Yeah, it's emphasised because of the underneath. I mean, bumping's not outdoor. Bumping is more of a problem. Indoor, it obviously sounds a lot worse, but the trouble is outdoor. If you've got a bump, it takes a lot of pace out. But as you say, if you're doing the same thing every single time, then there's no issue. It's just when inconsistencies start to creep into people's deliveries, then there becomes a problem.
Favourite last ball?
Give us any fancies the last ball.
7
favours
inches
the last
short
ball.
of Jack High.
Tom Donnelly, does the losing finalist win prize money as well? Oh yes, very definitely they do. This is trucking through. So, all interesting questions. We've had a few very good ones this week, so keep them coming.
I slightly favour
Don't
your
worry about
goal
the
there.
terminology too much, just whiz them in. And we'll do our best under hashtag Ask Corky to answer them as best we can.
Good ball here.
Yes, it's coming in very fast now. It's a definite 2.
One green and a measure.
Julie on a flatter line, looking to pick up the jack. What a bowl. Great bowl. Just tucking it round the corner to her own one waiting behind for 2.
Yeah, it wasn't so much in the fact that she got the jack, but to drag it back for 2 is a tremendous bowl. Don't think a third one's in, but played it
2 shots, Julie
superbly
Forrest.
well.
Yeah, Janice congratulating Julie.
A little tap in the leg, that's what most of the players will do most of the time. There has to be respect out there.
Jack length 27.5 metres.
It's always an interesting event, this. It's a world match play as opposed to the world singles as such, which is held by another organisation. But World Singles is a much bigger event in many respects in terms of sheer volume of numbers. This is all about the professional side more, and it's limited to 8 players. So, effectively, win one match, you're in the semi-final. But it's a different type of tournament altogether. And Julie Forrest, well, I suppose that delivery has always been held against her in some respects by certain people in positions, but as I say, it's a difficult thing with outdoor, no doubt about that. She's very prolific indoors. And there you go. I'll touch her. I always think that she would be on the Commonwealth Games or World Championship
Just
outdoor
over 3
teams,
feet.
but Scotland have got some very, very good outdoor players, so you don't need to worry about.
Really strong field to choose from.
Yeah, the flexibility's there. Even if players pull out, which I know they have in respect of the World Outdoor Championship, they've such a big pool of talent. They really do for the World Championships outdoors this year.
2 red.
And with David Gurley being the head coach, it's not a matter of putting out a strong team, it's just putting out the right team in many respects.
Well, compatibility comes into it as well.
Yeah, you need to be a team player at these events. They're 3 weeks long.
Yeah, and in the World Championships, everybody plays 2 disciplines, so 2 opportunities, but also, you're having to pick 4 different disciplines, and that's where sort of you need to be gelling with your
3 red.
teammates.
Another good ball by Julie, a little bit unlucky. Dropped off her own, has left a good shoulder to reach. It's opened up the jack a little bit as well. So a chance to reach into the 2 bowls with this one. Overplayed it.
Yeah, I think the weight was okay, but obviously just on the outside of the line. I think she can afford to play that sort of pace, trying to get the split of the bowls.
There's the Langham Glass Trophy.
That's what they're playing for.
Well, it's that, the title. You know, it's the check at the end of it. It's a beautiful piece of glass, though. Julie has to be careful here. I'm not sure about, she's playing the backhand, and I'm not sure. I think I might have been thinking about the forehand here, because if Janice Gower gets into this and that jack goes across, she could pick up shots. Julie has to be careful here. Doesn't want to bring the jack out.
I'm just looking to change the shape of it, I think, but
well,
more of a target of anything.
Yes, it is. I'm not sure about that.
I think I'd have been covering with that bowl.
Yep, forehand
you know
cover.
Janice is going to be playing weight.
Fancy the forehand cover shot. Could have played cover and scoring. This will just be blasted. That's all.
Well, she's playing it off the backhand. She's very tight.
Oh, is this ball coming in? No, it's not. I thought the plant might have been coming in, but it was very narrow.
4 shots, Julie Forrest.
Yes, missed the line. 4 shots.
Set score 6-0 after 2 ends. Jack length 29 metres.
Looks good on the card for Julie Forrest, but it's much, much too early in this set. I think she'd rather be 6 shots up with 2 ends to go.
Yeah, it's nice to get off to a good start, but she just needs to keep plugging and see the ends slip away. She'll be happy towards the business end of this set.
Yes, there's still half an hour of hard, solid play in this set. Shake of the head with that one with Julie, because that's very short. Anything behind the jack was good.
Needs to hold on here, just dipping under. Pace was really good.
She wanted to be. Popped one in, got the chance to play it, 2 red. Julie Forrest keeps herself very fit. Enjoys the horse riding side of life, and daughter Alex. Need one deep now. 9-2. Get a bit of cover. Looking for the cover ball.
3 red.
Janice got to make a decision now. How, you know, there is a draw still there.
You could say it was fortunate in some respects to actually catch that in for another shot, but to be truthful with you, should probably rather have missed it and got position and still hold a 2. Let's take a time out here and
Timeout code.
it's down to choices. Ball on the jack, could well pick up 2 or 3. Misses it, loses a 3.
Janice has 4 timeouts remaining.
It's a hard draw, but you could probably reduce it down to a single on the draw shot in the backhand. He's playing the forehand, so it must be a runner of some sort, surely.
Yep, she's gone quick. She likes it. She's close.
Took one out.
Yeah.
Hard shot with that
Yeah,
front ball
hard
there.
shot. She really wanted the contact on the
2
front.
shots, Julie
you know,
Forrest.
so it got the 1-2 effect.
Yeah, I can't blame her for playing that shot.
It's the right shot to play.
You know, it's
Set score 8-0 after 3
the
ends.
turnaround was worth it. Let's put it that way. You know, 3 down to convert it to possibly 3 up. Well worth that risk. But no easy draw shot, so it's all down to execution.
Jack length 26.5 metres.
Really good start from Julie Forrest.
Well, the whole idea is not to
Yes,
get involved
very slow.
too
Yes.
much with conversation
Yeah, only
at times, because
quarter of an
I want
inch.
to keep that level of performance going. And when you look at Julie Forrest, her record is absolutely phenomenal. It really is. Going as far as back as 2003 Scottish singles, 2004 British Isles, 2004 World Singles, Scottish singles again 8 and 9, British Isles singles in 2010, World Singles in 2010. An absolute star of the women's game.
Okay.
She's framed it a little bit. This needs an attacking ball. But there's a long way to go in this match. This really needs to be hit early. Yep, there we go. As expected.
Dived very early.
She's taking her own ball off. That means is there a green ball staying on? There is. Hit her own ball, but one of the green balls has stayed on. Choices for Julie Forrest. I think that ball's still alive. Yep, so it is. I'd be inclined to go for the respot, or even the back tee would cover both respots. She's thinking about this. Yeah, I think she's going deep, but she's playing the forehand. Hard enough at this length to keep the ball up. That's the only thing. Because she's quite narrow with this. Not bad.
She had to play a covering ball. Simple as that. Janice is obviously going to hit it again.
Yes, there's no choice. Could play a control shot in the backhand. You know, the backhand shot, controlled weight, try and split the two balls, get the jack. Yep, trying for that. Again, she's watching it very closely.
She's close here. Needs to hold now. 1, 2. Yeah, good ball, Janice. Good ball.
Yeah, that was the shot to play, a controlled weight on the backhand. Difficult shot, but played it well.
Yeah, she played that perfectly.
You know, some people think it's very unfair because Julie's played 2 touchers and Janice has had 2 poor bowls. But when you play the big bowl, that's what you get and convert it. Julie has to keep her concentration and draw close. Even a good second.
One's not a huge concern for Julie at this stage. She's got a good lead, but she just wants to keep as far away from Janice Gower as she possibly can.
Yes, you want to keep that distance. Not going to make the trip, but it's a better second. Janice could end up coming out with 2 here, and that would be, well, a bit of a miracle considering the first 2 bowls that were played. A small miracle, not a big one.
Interesting choice of words. Oh, she played such a good third bowl. I mean, it was, she
Time
got
out
optimum
court.
result, but she played it very, very well.
Yeah, it was the right shot. Forehand runner was always going to be a difficult one to play again. Sort of head when you play it that can change games. You know, you look like you're in a heap of trouble, play 2 balls, and then you come in and you play 2 good balls after.
Okay, Janice. Good ball. Well recovered.
Yep, that could change the whole pattern of this set and end like that. It'll be very interesting to see how both players react to it.
2 shots, Janice Gower. Janice has 3 timeouts remaining. Julie has 2.
Set score 8-2 after 4 ends. Jack length 25.5 metres.
First ball. It's been so good with Julie Forrest, dropping that one a metre short. Second chance to Janice Gower to put the pressure on. This is certainly better.
Yeah, making the correction that she needed. Finishing well. Just in front of the jack.
That's what I've said, Shannon. It's very dangerous to get a lead early at 8-2 because, or 8-0. It's just too early in the set. And the other player's going to come back at you hard.
One green.
Yeah, it's quite difficult to keep the momentum going sometimes when you build up such a strong early lead.
In particular over 11 ends.
Yeah, that's right.
Might just get away with playing the odd bad end on a 9-end set. But 11 ends, well, it's a whole lot different. And as I say, the other player almost relaxes because of the scoreline, and suddenly they come on game like this. That's why I thought the last game was critical. Nothing easy here for Julie Forrest.
Well, her two short bowls don't help at all. It's forced her wide with this.
She's in trouble. I think she's in real bother here. I'm not sure if I would have changed there. I would have really been looking for a close ball on the backhand just to try and reduce it to 2. Try and keep it there for one more ball and then move to the forehand. You know, she's still carrying a lead, but she doesn't want to see 4 shots here. That lead will be wiped out in 2 or 3 ends.
Janice needs to hurry.
It's not in. That was a chance. And another.
It does stop the plant of the 2 bowls down the backhand though for Julie. As a second prize.
Yes, might have been interested in it, but forehand will more or less have to be now. Unless she wants to play a Nick Brett. Backhand between the 2 bowls.
Timeout called. Julie has
It's
one
got quite the
timeout
buzz
remaining.
today. That shot that he played.
We're going to play that, the Brett shot. That's all. Anything that's close together like that on a tight head. And with all the things that are going on with Nick and various things with that, he just needs to focus on playing in the tournament.
There's a lot of pressure on him, you know, because he's won both pairs. Everyone's sort of thinking, oh, he can do 3. That's so hard to do.
Yeah. Sensible head, Nick Brett. This needs to run to have any sort of a chance. Needs to hurry. Oh, what a ball!
Nick on the front.
Oh, what a shot! Goodness me, very slight edge, but what a shot to
One
play.
shot, Julie Forrest.
I didn't think she had a hope of getting that result on the forehand.
Set score
Brilliant
9-2
ball
after
by
5
Julie
ends.
Forrest.
And it comes just a little glide off the front, touch of the jack. Nestles in nicely. Janice acknowledging it, but
Yeah, it was a really good ball. It was a really, really good ball. Even without the touch, she would have been very close to the shot.
yeah, great ball.
Jack length 25.5 metres.
Your bow is just under 3 feet. 2 red.
Close again.
Yeah, good stuff. Janice is in trouble here.
This needs a good ball here. Needs a front back toucher. Either will do. Good effort.
Yeah, good effort. Just going to drop the wrong side.
Well, I was going to say she's going to take one off, but I'm not even sure because it rolled away from the bowl. Julie could do well to play the forehand here and just leave it. You know, it's sitting well for her. She doesn't need to put one in the backhand and leave a jack high catch or something. Oh, she's playing it anyway. Well, this has to be middle rink. It's good. As long as she's behind the jack, it's good, but she doesn't want to give an opportunity to roll off. Well, you can roll off that and get very close to second, if not the shot. Don't know, Shan, what about you? Would you have played the forehand?
I think I probably would have played the backhand, but she just stuck it wider than her other 3 bowls, which is exactly what she didn't want to do.
You could take that. You could take that opportunity.
The only advantage on the forehand is she could have drawn another but covered that green bowl as well, and obviously, as you're saying, not left a ledge.
Janice has 2 timeouts remaining.
I think all the advantages were on the forehand.
Yeah.
And there was a massive disadvantage on the backhand.
It certainly makes Janice Gower's life easier because it just gives her something to look at from the mat, whereas before she had nothing to sit on.
Yeah, she could easily draw the shot here for that reason. That last ball hadn't been there. I don't think she had a mission really. Well, oh goodness me, pushed right through this. Wow, where'd that weight come from?
That was a bad end for Janice Gower, unfortunately.
Well, looks like a full house to me. Definite 3, measure for 4, and it looks like 4.
4 shots, Julie Forrest.
Still 5 ends to go. It's a big scoreline of 13-2, but still 5 ends to go. Needs a big comeback from Janice Gower. And Julie Forrest, well, she can play the next 2 or 3 ends for even 1 shot, for or against, and play the ends out. Just wants to stop any 3s and 4s. But she's picked up 2 full houses in this second set.
Jack length 29.5 metres.
Full house here as well.
Forrest just resting on Janice Gower's shot bowl.
The last bow is 5 inches past jack high. One red.
Well, no harm back there. Her own shot ball is, it's not locked in, but it's going to be hard to remove.
16 inches short of jack
and really,
high.
Julie Forrest is doing what she needs to do, and that is keep the ends tight. You know, when you've got such a lead at 13-2, you just want to make sure you don't lose big counts. It's a backhand catch, but it just keeps the pressure on.
2 red.
She's playing well. She's playing really consistent bowls.
Yes, and playing for the most part, what I've seen in this match, playing clever bowls as well. Occasionally surprising us with choice of shot, but that's good too because everybody sees it
Timeout
differently.
code.
We certainly do, don't we?
Janice has 1 timeout remaining.
Of course we do. But there's always options when it comes to bowls. It's very rarely 100% only shot available. It does happen, but it is rare. And going for the runner again. And once again, missing it. It's
Two
really
shot, Julie
all
Forrest.
falling apart here. This should go on for maybe one more end, but that's about it. And
Set
Janice
score
Gower, it's
15-2
her
off
first
7
final.
ends.
And been here many, many years, more than probably anyone. And the first set really had an opportunity, but Julie Forrest was in control of it. The second set, well, it's the difference is remarkable between the two players in many ways. Julie Forrest being a defending champion. She said to me many times, up until last year, she's felt that she'd never really performed at the match play. And she really dearly wanted
26.5
to,
metres.
wanted to let people see that she can play bowls on the portable rink at a high level. And I think she's proved it really in this match.
She's played really good bowls. You know, she's upped it in the second set. Certainly her consistency's improved, and she's been asking the questions of Janice, and Janice hasn't so far had many answers.
And of course, this match, when it's over, is followed by Darren Burnett, previous winner against Mark Dawes, also a previous winner of the Open Singles. And that should be an absolutely cracking game. Let's see, the draw, expertise for both players, but Darren Burnett very much a shot player as well. Very successful skip and very good at the shot play. Really looking forward to that match. Shot.
1 red.
Mine on through what, Mike, please?
Your bowl has gone through 12 inches past jack high.
Julie Forrest has done this the hard way. When the draw came out, we all raised our eyebrows because she was due to play Alison Marion, last year's runner-up, in the semi-final, and that was a very tight game, a difficult game. So she's definitely come through it on the hard way. Alison Marion, previous winner, would have been second favourite in this tournament.
Yeah, Julie just getting over the line against Alison in the tie break.
Yeah, Janice Gower had the only overseas player in the first match, from New Zealand, and
one red.
Played the young 21-year-old in the semi-final, Nicole Rogers, a student who's an up-and-coming star, but first time on the portable rink, and that's always intimidating. It's very, very difficult. You have to be here a lot of times to really make it work for you. Number 2 coming in.
Yeah, good bowl. Just a little touch of the jack as well. Back to the waiting bowl for 2.
2 green.
Well, a 2 or a 3 here means that technically we will go on to at least one more end. At least that.
Yes, beat that very front pole, yes.
Because you can score 12 shots in the last 3 ends. Oh, Julie, are you playing the forehand on a runner? That's surprising.
No, it was obvious she was going to do that. Trying to punch up either of her bowls or get the gap.
One out.
Played it well.
Yeah, I just thought a little bit concerned about her getting the split.
One green.
And then leaving Janice with a lot of room for a 3, but...
I think the danger's limited because of the scoreline. You know,
yeah.
It gives you just that little bit of extra wiggle room.
Yeah, it does. Scoreline just makes a big, big difference. Janice has to get this one in, must make this shot to force another end. 15-2.
Janice has no timeouts remaining.
15-3. It needs to be 15-4 to go forward to another end. I think I'm not sure if I would actually try and draw this. I'd be tempted just to shake hands, to be honest, but there you go. Needs to catch something. It's through, it's all over.
One shot, Janice Gower, set, and a match to Julie Foster.
Well, Julie Forrest, 15-3, comprehensive in the extreme, 8-0 up after 3 ends, and just continued with another 4. And, well, it's unusual to not have to play the last 3 ends, but Julie Forrest is world class. There's no doubt about that. She's just something special in the sport, especially indoors. You know, it's so many major titles over the years. British Isles, Nationals, World Singles, and now the ladies' World Match Play. For the second time, back-to-back wins. And she was superb today. Controlled the first set. Scoreline came through. There were opportunities towards the end, but it was 8-4 down, or 8-4 up with 2 ends to go, and just managed to ease her way through 8-7. But the next set, she was a way off like a racehorse, and very comfortable in the end. And this is the reason why. So just given the opportunity, the spare shots were there. First end picks up a 3. Janice Gower putting up some resistance in the first set, drawing in for the double there. Julie Forrest just getting in for second shot on the first set. Lots of room, used most of it to be fair, but in the end took it 8-7, and then really it was the turbocharged afterburners were put on, bowl after bowl, end after end, forcing Janice Gower into weight shots. And just occasionally coming out with a brilliant bowl. And another 4 for Julie in that end, which was the 6th end of the second set. 2 ends later, it was all over, and World-class performance from a world-class player, Julie Forrest, without a doubt. And you'll see it on the ends one, 12 against 7, but restricting Janice Gower to an awful lot of low-scoring end single shots. Total shots scored 23 against 10. And after that, well, it was fairly even, but Julie Forrest was imperious with her performance and thoroughly deserved this win. Superb world-class player for another world title.
Indeed, a superb performance from Julie. Janice, we'll come to you first of all. Obviously, it's very disappointing to have lost today, but you were up against a player who was into her stride from very quickly, very early on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm delighted to be in my first final. I have to say that to begin with, because it's a big achievement even getting to that. What I would say is that Julie was relentless, totally relentless. I thought I might have scrambled my way through the first set. Because I am a bit of a fighter, a bit of a scrambler. But Julie was just outstanding. And I lost count of how many times I said, good bowl, Julie. I was getting sick of saying it. We're good mates, though, so...
You are good mates. And that first end of the first set was pretty dramatic. There was a moment in the last end where it looked as if you might be able to put her under enormous pressure, which you did. Things didn't quite go your way.
Yeah, if I'd have got the tie out the first set, I kept saying to myself that was a good result. But then look how she played in the second set. You know, it wouldn't have made any difference if I'd have got that tie.
Julie, you were relentless from the start, as I said, but there were some fantastic moments all through the match. And as Janice says, that second set, pretty much outstanding, you would describe it as?
I was quite impressed, yeah, I have to say. I felt really good on the green the day. I was really nervous before I played. But as soon as I played my first end, I thought, this carpet's playing really good for me. I could just feel it. I just felt it today. It was really good.
We might look back at some of the best moments from that match. We'll have a look at you delivering this bowl here in the first set. In the second set, apologies, it resulted in a 4. Another fantastic delivery.
Yeah, I was in my stride there. I couldn't... it was just there in your arm. A bowler will know what I'm on about when I'm saying that. And once I got my first one there, I just felt as though it was just coming natural the day. It was a great feeling to have, obviously, on the green.
And when you are in that sort of form, I mean, it's almost irrelevant who you're playing because you're in that sort of zone that I guess some players only rarely experience.
Yeah, and the more you do it, the more confident you become. So I knew, like, after I was about 6 or 7 up in the second set, that all I had to do was keep it tight, and I knew I was drawn well to get myself out of trouble, so I wasn't unduly worried about the second set because I felt as though it was just there.
Now, last year when you won, I remember you were taken aback at the fact that you even got to the final last year. I remember you saying beforehand, I can't even believe that I'm here. So it took it a while for everything to sink in that you actually were the champion 12 months ago. How does it feel this time around?
Surreal. I mean, it's like, I can't believe I've waited 16 years, as I said, to win my first one, and I've got 2 back-to-back. It's unbelievable. And I have to say, the crowd here are fantastic. Potters, yourselves is brilliant. Like, this setup is superb. And I have to say, I'm starting to really like coming here.
Well, it's been done before, 3 in a row.
Yeah.
You'd like to perhaps put your name on that again? Yeah.
Well, maybe give it a wee try next year, see what happens.
You have to work out how the rink played today and ask them to try and produce it again in 12 months' time.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I will.
Well, it was fantastic watching you. Commiserations, Janice. But it was a stunning, outstanding performance from your ladies singles champion, Julie Forrest.
Can we have a huge round of applause for our presentation party from the Just Group Managing Director, Simon Gray, and the Managing Director of Potter's Resort, John Potter. Continue that round of applause as we welcome down our runner-up, ladies and gentlemen, Janice Gower. And now, please give a huge round of applause, retaining her title for the Just 2020 Ladies World Championships. It is Julie Forrest. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, Julie Forrest, the Just 2020 Ladies World Champion.
Well, there we are, ladies and gentlemen, viewers. That's the trophy that has just been played for, and of course Julie Forrest has won it for the second year running. What a cracking achievement. Well, coming up later, we have Darren Burnett and Mark Dawes in about 10 minutes. And then this evening will be Jason Greenslade against Greg Harlow, looking for their place in the quarterfinals. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this match. Come back in about 8 to 10 minutes, and we'll see you then. It's bye for now.